I am doing a report on COVID-19 and vitamin D. So I'm looking at some medical papers and I highlight them and I'm commenting as I go along. So these comments in the audio track here are coordinated with highlighter moving around here. I captured this in Camtasia. So I don't want to use Audition's de-silencer because it shortens the audio track, and then the audio track is not in sync with the video and there's a lot of changes. So this is what I came up with, and this is for YouTube. So I have some target, a peak of -1 decibel and LUFS sound from -14 to -15. I'm using a Rode Video Mic NTG. It's connected via a USB port and it's about a foot away from me. And I tend to make a lot of S's in my sound. And it's connected to my Asus ZenBook, which has some i9 processor in it. So what I do is I take this entire clip here, right click and edit clip in Adobe Audition. It's now sending it over to Adobe Audition, which is this entire clip here. First, let's Control A and select the whole thing. I go to Window, Amplitude Statistics, and Scan Selection. So I selected the whole thing, and it scans it. And you can see my peak amplitude is -1.15. That's pretty close. I just adjusted the microphone sensitivity input. So this would normally come in lower than that. The LUFS is -17. That needs to be between 14 and 15. The difference between 14 and 18 is 4. So I'll come up here and add a +4, enter. Now see this little triangle shows up, it means that this is not up to date. So update it. It's now -13.9. I'm going to leave it there. Notice that there's some clipping. The peak amplitude is reported here as 2.85, 2.76. So the peak amplitude is higher than what we want it to be. It should be a -1. So what we do is go into Effects, Amplitude, and Hard Limiter. And this is set to -1 dB. We're not going to boost it at all. And what we can do is play this and listen to it with it on or listen to it with it off. So I'm just going to go Apply. And you can see the peaks are knocked down. Let's do the scan selection. Again, peak amplitude is indeed -1. The LUFS is -14, right where we want it to be. Let's take out some clicks. There we go. It's in Diagnostics. Declicker. Scan. There's 132 problems. You can click on this and go to where the problem is and see how bad a problem is and spend a long time doing that. I'm just going to repair them all. And that's done. Oh, let's go to the... Don't do delete silence because it'll shorten the track and it won't match. Let's scan at these settings. There are 77 problems. Let's repair all of those. Okay, now once we're done adjusting all of this, we could do a noise print, effects, noise reduction, capture noise print. We're going to use that as a noise print. Then select the whole thing and then go back to and process that. I've listened to it at different settings, and I don't think pushing this through YouTube you could hear the difference. I've seen where guys push this all the way up to 100 and it doesn't seem to degrade anything. So I'm just going to apply that. That pushes the noise level down even more. We'll scan this selection and we'll see the peak amplitude is -0.93 and the loudness is -14. We could go back in there and do that hard limit and adjust this. These are all destructive things. I could actually go back and get this because Camtasia saves it under its own file name. But as far as Premiere Pro and Audition are concerned, this audio file is permanently changed as soon as I click on Save. Now I'll be able to go to Premiere and this is updated. At this time, I'll go through and cut out all the uhs and ahs and ands and misspoken passages and correct speech. But when I do it, let me give you an example of this. Because nothing, I heard it from Mike Russell, nothing you do in Audition will affect the video part. So let's come over here. There's a big space there that I don't want. So I'll cut that, and it cuts both the video part and the audio part. Come over here and cut this. I have my mouse wheel. When I press down on it, it executes a cut. Then select it, and I also have another shortcut. So anyway, what happens here is it cut out the part of the video. Now every once in a while I'll select that and compress it, because what I was doing is scrolling the mouse somewhere and I want people to see that. But I can speed that clip up without deleting all of it. At any rate, in here, whatever I do to the sound does it to the video. So they remain in sync. I only have to be careful I don't cut out the cursor traveling across the page in a silent passage. Like if you do, and subscribe if you will.